Now we have to discuss performance management. So first of all, I would like to introduce team who has built this module, like Anwar, Harshita, and Shambhavi. So first question that we have covered our day to work. Now, first question is how to calculate or judge the performance of an employee and how we can partially do a appraisal. So for that, we have to set up a process of a performance management. So the performance management, as we can see in multiple HRMS system, that process is missing or it is not a proper in shape. So now we have built a system which is completely cover all the performance management cycle. So now we can see the first step to set up a performance life cycle. So performance cycle. So performance cycle we can set up in a calendar year or in a financial year. So suppose if as an organization we want to set up a or we want to start a performance. So first we have to set up a cycle. It may be a calendar year. Calendar year means from Jan to December, or it may be a financial year. Financial year, it may be from April to March. Or we have built a system in a way that if you want to create a performance or you want to set a performance on a half yearly, then you can also create that cycle. So post creating a performance cycle, we have to build a KRA. KRA is my key result areas, and post that we have to create a goals. So KRAs will be our department wise. We can set a department wise. We can set the role wise, and individually we can set a KRAs. So post KRA, we have to configure a goals. So particular KRA, we can create a multiple goals. That goals we have to set at times. That suppose if we are creating a multiple goal for a KRAs, in goal we can set a weightage. So there are different type of goal. Means if we are creating a goals for our sales department, then we have to create a goals target wise. If we are creating a goals for our different department, like for a developers, if I am creating any other department roles employees, if we are creating, then we can set a weightage wise. So if I am creating a goal for a sales, then we can create a target wise. So that option we have. So we can create a goal and we have a KPIs. So KPIs is optional. That KPIs we have an optional on KR goal. Based on the organization, we can set up that they want to include KPIs for a goal or not. And if we are keeping KPIs for a goal, then my goal will be completed based on the KPIs. If we have created suppose we have a goal, and for that goal we have created a 4 KPIs. So if my employees has completed all the KPIs, then my that goal will be completed. If we are not keeping the KPIs, then employee can directly put a progress of the goal. Let's say suppose now we have created a goal for an employee for a 1 month. That we are saying that within a 1 month you have to complete 4, 3 and 5. Suppose I have created 4 goals. Now I am working. So one goal, I just taking an example of one goal, that this goal, suppose this is a module, and this module goal he has to complete this within a 1 month. So now my goal has started, we can say from Jan to 31st of Jan. Now he is starting. So suppose after 15 days he said, he can say that I have completed this goal, and he can also say that I have completed 40%, 30%. So that input he can provide in this goal. Measurable. So this is a measurable goal he can put itself. If we are utilizing KPIs, then he has to complete all the KPIs, and based on the KPIs, my goal will be completed. So this is the KPI, and now, so suppose we have set up this, and now we have a review cycle. So review cycle, we have created a performance cycle. So based on that performance, suppose I am saying that we have created a performance cycle for annually. Annually means from Jan 1st to December 31st, we will run my performance cycle. And so for that performance cycle, we have to start a review. So suppose within a 3 month, within monthly, I want to review the performance, and quarterly I want to review the performance, half yearly and annually I want to run a performance. So that performance cycle we can set And once we are setting the performance cycle, that performance cycle can be a multiple against my performance cycle. So suppose I am creating monthly, quarterly, half yearly. So I have created one performance cycle. So we can set in that like a self-assessment, peer assessment, TL or manager assessment. Self-assessment, as soon as we will say that this review cycle, we have to enable the self-assessment that based on the cycle start or review cycle start and end this notification we will send to employee that your review cycle is pending. You have to do self-assessment. Then employee will do his self-assessment. Post that, we have a peer assessment, and peer assessment is called my 360 review. So suppose if we have a peer assessment, then we will, based on the organization, they have peer assessment or not. So system is dynamic that we can add or we can remove this peer assessment. So peer assessment means we have a 3 option on peer assessment that because in company we can say that we have 1,000 of employee. Now we are configuring that for this review cycle we have to set up a peer configuration. If we will directly say that peer configuration, that all the employee has to review and has to submit the assessment for single employee. Then so for that we can assign that suppose for this review cycle for these employee we can configure that these are the selected 10 employees we want the peer assessment. So these once we will set peer assessment for individual employees, one notification we will send peer assessment TL manager TL or we can say the manager assessment and performance evaluation, and the feedback form will go. Post the feedback form, we have a qualification appraisal. So suppose post my complete process, if the employee has been qualified, then we will send for performance appraisal and system will give us the percentage. So based on my self-assessment, peer assessment and TL assessment, our system will suggest based on the rating. Let's suppose he has fall. If we are doing the assessment on a, we can say 1 to 10 rating. If my employee receive a, so we can set like a 3 to 5. We will say that the employee need to sign for training. We have to improve his performance or her performance. If the rating he got like a 6 to 7%, we can say that 10% or 20% appraisal we have to do. If greater than we have received, then we can set that this much of percentage we have to do the appraisal. So here, as we will show that system will suggest that according to the process cycle we have configured, and this is our percentage of appraisal. Now manager can change. So once we will change, that will be redirected to my finance team. That will that is connected to payroll, and we will my finance team will accept that appraisal will be implemented. The salary will be increased of the employee, increase, or we can say the revise of the employees. So this will be go to the finance team and quality team, like a quality for appraisal. If he is not qualified, my suppose rating is saying is this below the average, so we can suggest some training. So here we will connect our LMS. So we will assign few cases. We can say some training sessions, one educational videos we can assign. So that will be assigned to employee. Again, we have to perform the performance cycle. So now let's see in Salesforce. So first of all, we will set up a performance cycle. So performance cycle, as we have discussed, yeah. So we can create multiple performance cycle. Yeah. So this is one performance cycle we have started, ended, and this is the active. And we have a multiple KRAs on this performance cycle. If we will click here, yeah. And as we have discussed on single KRA, we have multiple goal. So we can set multiple goal. Goal can be a measurable or non-measurable. Suppose if my sales team is we are creating a goals for sales team, then it will be target based. Then we have to enter amount. If employee is not from Salesforce team, other team, if we want to set a weightage, then we can set a weightage, and employee can also put a progress of the. Here we have an option. So on goal, we can tag a employee. So suppose for this goal, I want to assign particularly 10 employees. So we can choose an employee here. As soon as we will choose an employee, one notification will go to the employee that this goal has been assigned to you, and the employee will able to see his goal on his or her dashboard in their ESS portal. Now we have a role. Now suppose we are saying that this goal we are creating for role, like a for particular manager we are creating, then we can choose a manager. Here multiple roles we can choose. So for this particular goal we can assign to multiple department as well. So one time we can choose one. Suppose this goal, if I want to assign to HR qualities, then I can directly put here. So this goal will be assigned, and we can also set a KPIs for this goal, and these KPIs will tag to the each goal, and all employees will able to see this goal with these KPIs. This KPI we can set, and if we have a KPI, then we have to fill the complete the KPIs, and post that we can miss employee only able to close the goal. And all goal we have a date, like we are setting 1st Jan to 31st Jan. Now, if employee is not able to complete that goal within a time, then that goal is not completed on the time. So that report we can review cycle. Yeah. So here we have a review cycle. So suppose we have created a goal, we have assigned employee, we have created a performance cycle, we have created a review cycle. Now we goal KPIs or performance cycle we have created. Now this is our review cycle. So our next step to create a review cycle. In review, we can create a multiple review. So suppose we are measuring a performance of an employee annually. So annually we have to do review. So review, suppose we are saying that first review we will do in first quarter. First quarter means suppose in March or April we want to run a review cycle. So we can create a review. Yeah. So we can set a start date like a 10th of Feb we will start, and within certain time we will close this review. So in review we can set that this will be my for this review we want to enable a self-assessment, enable a manager assessment, enable a peer assessment. So suppose if we are saying that we are enabling 360 view, then we can also set a to whom we will choose. Department, role, and individual we can choose here. So as soon as we will choose everything, a notification will go to the respective team members that you have this employee is based on the cycle, review cycle. We will send a notification that this employee review is pending and you have to do the assessment. So manager will get a notification. He will get a button to start a review. He will do the review, and we can also set a visibility, an option. Like if we want to set that peers can see each other's review and employee can see his peer's review. Suppose his peer is peer is giving a review. He is doing the assessment. That assessment employee can see or not. So that is a part of the configuration that we can do. That is already in system. So now we have done all the configuration in system. Now this is our ESS portal. Employee can see all the goals. So first we have a my goal option. In my goal we have suppose total 4 goals we have. In this 4 goals, like assign and self goal. Assign means whatever HR has created had tagged to him. We can say assign goal, and employee can also create his goal as well. So suppose if he is creating that goal, we are not tagging to any performance or review cycle because it is own goal. So he is creating, he will that will not tag, but that we are showing here that self review. He can also put a review here. So whenever his cycle will come, based on that, he can also put a review here. So my goals, in my goals, suppose that we have a my team goals. My team goals is if manager will log in, so he can also see his own goal and his team goals. So in team goals, he can see that how many team member he has. Pending approval. Pending approvals means if any team member has created a goal, that goal will, suppose we have shown just a add goal option. So employee can add, but this goal will goes to the manager. So first manager has to approve. Once he will approve, he can start or end that goal. If manager is not approving, manager can also reject that goal. It will not come. So my team members pending approval. So these are the goals who has employee has created, means his team has created. Approvals, total goals, and there are some other goals which he can see, like a weight is 30%, 25%. So based on that, he can see. And review. So he can also see a review, and he can also do the review of his team member. So first go on my go. Yeah, here. So we have option here, feedback request. So suppose if we have added this employee as a peer. We are revealing as a peer assessment, and he will also get a request that you have a pending one review. So we can show that how many requests he has. So he has we have added this employee as a peer in 4 goals for 4 review cycles. Then he will get here 4 feedback requests. Then he will submit, and this is my average rating. So this data we can show, and post that all the review will be completed in the end. So we can create multiple review cycle once all things will be completed. As we have already discussed, that we will calculate average rating of the employee. Average rating, based on that, we will assign employee any course, or we will send it to the finance team. And finance team we will see the appraisal, that how much we have to give a appraisal, like a 10, 20, 30%. And we can also change that, of course. And that will be. So here we just highlighting performance cycle, that we can set a goals, team goals, like our department goals, individual goals. We can set weightage, APIs. APIs are optional, goal checks in attachment. Continuous performance means we can also enable a peer assessment, development plan. If he is get a less than an average rating, then we can also set. So now this is done.